breaking news here today, guys. It has been crazy. Just amazing to see what's been happening here in this KVK. Our opponents have managed to build a fortress. They managed to do this during the update yesterday, and they have 2 fortresses in here. And it's, you know, it's very. I think it was kind of expected, but it really, kind of unpreventable. It was really difficult. When you're logged out for like few hours. And when you come back in, there's just a fortress, and they were able to teleport, and we got rallied. They almost actually got me. I was actually, right here. I think this is where Chastise is. They almost got me there. I was able to teleport out, but we had a miscommunication with the team. They were able to take my spot, so that was a bummer on my part. So I'm really hitting myself for that. But they've made a good push. Great work for them. But the big kicker in here, right now I can't even join 412A right now. It sucks because the capacity right now... Oh, there's actually availability now. So earlier the capacity was lower. So I'm on the 412D right now. And I'm just... waiting for further instructions in here right now. There's really no spot to be able to come into this area, but the flags are burning. We're now on the defensive area, and the 64 has been doing a wonderful work in here. But the big breaking news is that the most powerful player in the Rise of Kingdoms is now not the most powerful player. I just want to quickly invite you guys onto this Acorn app, what I've been using to invest my money. I actually have started this for about like 6-7 years ago when I was still in college, and I've actually pulled out money here and there. So what my strategy was when I was in college is that I would put 10% of my earnings into Acorn. It actually helped me out a lot throughout the times when I need it. So as you can see, right now I have already invested $3,000, 214. My portfolio is actually set for aggressive. You can also change this to either more conservative type of portfolio. It really depends on your approach. For a younger age like us, aggressive is definitely very doable. You can either do a manual roundup. You have to connect your credit card, or I just put a recurring with connecting my bank account. As you can see, I have been dropping $25 every single day into this account. And on June 16, I've actually gotten some really good dividends for the amount that I have in here. So the more you grow your account, the more dividends that will pay out. And one more thing I love about this app is that you can definitely pull your money out anytime you want. It's not going to hold you for anything. There's also a lot of ways to earn money within this app. So you can also see that there's a bunch of different affiliates in here as well. So just remember, the more you invest, the more you'll have later on when you retire. So as you can see, once I've reached 65 years old, the total amount that I've invested will be $331,000, and the return will be $800K. I think that's pretty good return in my opinion. As you guys can see, I'm actually been an investor since 2015. Now I'm going to put a link in the description. Go and click that link and download this app and start investing for your future. And when you use that link, you're actually going to get $5 to start with. So good luck to you. I believe Maverick is now the most powerful player. Once again, with 1.3 billion power. If you look at individual power, Baba TC Ataturk has now dropped below 1 billion power, currently holding at 982 million power. I mean, it's still impressive. It's still a lot of power and still a lot of troops, but his highest power was 1.235 billion. Which is absolutely insane. So I'm going to just put this in a calculator, and we're going to calculate the exact number that he has lost in terms of power. So Baba has lost 854 million power, which is absolutely insane. Look at the death toll that Baba has, 87 million power. I know Baba is truly enjoying the battles here in 1412 in this KVK. Oh my goodness. We just okay, I thought we lost there. It's the opponents who lost in here. It was a well defense in here. Great job with Ahmad Aziz being the captain there. Also highlighting Ahmad Aziz as well. He had lost insane amount of power as well. So remember, his power here is 488752127, which minus that to 124480578. Ahmad Aziz actually have lost 364, 271, 549 million power, which is absolutely insane and absolutely crazy. These two guys, the top players here in 1412, are fighting until the end. And one more guy that I really want to highlight in here. Oh, man. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find him easily. I may have to go to 412A and just go to Alliance members. Another guy that I want to highlight is UAEAF, but I'm not so sure what power he is on now. Is he on rank 2? No, he is not. Puddle Kicks with 99 million power. UAE 76. This guy has lost so much. So let's calculate how much he has lost. 321,137,449 minus 76942729. He has lost 244, 194, 720 million power, which is absolutely insane. Once again, the power drop here in 1412 is insane. Compared to me, how much power drop did I have this time? My highest power was 102,912,622 minus 747,99523. I have lost about 28 million power. To me, it's a lot, but it's a fraction of what they have lost. But again, financial capability, very different status. But I want you guys to understand that I know I hear a lot saying that Baba is not a fighter, and people are saying, oh yeah, he's just here to preserve power, blah, 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 blah. I mean, honestly, if he's here to preserve power, he would have maintained with the 1 billion power. But as you guys can see, he has dropped insane amount of power. This is a warrior in Rise of Kingdoms that truly gave out a lot of effort. You know, honestly, here's the thing. Here's one thing I want to tell to you guys. Players might have the money to continuously fight and sustain themselves in here. Okay, the whales, right? They got a lot of money they put into their account. Yes, that's true. But the effort, the restlessness, the effort to continue to fight, you know, making sure your phone is charged, your computer is on, fighting, and staying awake. You know, if you drink that Coca-Cola, you get that caffeine. And you're going to be awake and continue to fight, which what they have done in here is insane. I'm not sure what their schedule is like, but the sheer effort to play this game is crazy. Now, I want to know, if you're in KVK, what is the highest power drop that you guys have accomplished yet in your game? Now, I'm not so sure how much kill points that they have accumulated already. I'm sure they've done wonderful, and I'm sure they've already achieved their achievement in here. And don't even know how much resources it cost them. I'm sure during the time of this battle in here, they have also, what is this called? They have also trained some troops. Now, I kind of wish I know where Baba is. He was just right here before I started recording, but I think he moved. Right now, I'm on, like I said, I'm on the 412D, and we're kind of pushed back in here a little bit. I know for me, I feel like we're kind of sent back a little bit in here with the sheer force of the 64, which they've done a great job in here. We were kind of in the leading end in a few days, but with that update, them able to take advantage of the build of the fortress in here, it puts us in a very good challenge. I think we lost this Hirian. Yeah, I think this Hirian of Thorns, we kind of lost this one. So that's a kind of a setback in here for territory wise. So it's definitely challenging. You know, the 1412 leadership has taken such a big risk to do a 4 versus 10 KVK. So this is definitely very, very challenging for every single player in 1412. Now, I want to just give it a shout out to all the 1412. You guys are doing a wonderful job in here, fighting until the end and continuously doing everything, I know, together as a team and fighting to preserve the presence of 1412. This is a challenging KVK, and it's not over yet. Anything can change. We're not winning. The opponents are not winning. Right now, there's really no decisions until the end of KVK. like I mentioned before, it's going to be very challenging, and it really depends on the depth of the players and how much players each kingdom will have. So going against the 64 coalition there, they have a lot. There's 2 kingdoms that we're going against with. We also have JST in here as well, so we kind of match even up in there. But at the end of the day, it depends on the bench players and how much are they going to show up and continue to fight as well. The whales alone, even if we have the strongest player in the game, the whale can only really send out 7 marches. We still need a lot of effort for every single one, which we've seen it in 14-12. We've seen it. One other thing as well that I kind of want to highlight in here, one thing that people probably do not understand, is that we just came out of fighting with PTOL and FCN, so that was a long fight. We've lost a lot of powers there, and then just in a few rest weeks in here, we're gonna go in and fight them. So there was a back-to-back fight, in that people have to understand that that is a super challenging part of the game, having a back-to-back fight with that type of setup, the challenge that take on from 14-12 in allies and coalition, which is, I think it's a bold move. It's a very bold move, and I think it's never been done before in the history of Rise of Kingdoms, in which I think this KVK is a history-breaking KVK. But like I said, Alliance Power now, 64 is now on the top. JST, where is JST? JST huge power drop. Ooh, where is JST now? Damn. JST right here, 9. Wow. Is this legit? Oh, they probably have moved. They have probably moved players. Yeah, there's 128 to 180. So I don't know what's their true power right now. But I don't see... Okay, so the next powerhouse right now is in the Fate. So there's probably some movements there. But 64 leading in the power. 122 leading in the power. And then third here with 14-12 right now. I'm in 14-12D. So the A is still in the top powers in your top 3. But like I said, Baba TC at the Turk, I just want to give him a highlight. I think everybody should be amazed on the sheer effort that Baba has done. Many players know who Baba is. Many players know this guy is a true fighter. Like I said, the effort and the sheer determination of Baba, continuously fighting and giving it out everything for 14-12. Baba in here and many others are new to the server, so we've been doing our best in here to give it out everything to the 14-12, because they've accepted us, welcoming freely, and we're just trying to do our best in here. And whatever outcome it is, I know Baba is having fun, enjoying the war, and just taking a good enjoyment into Rise of Kingdoms, because at the end of the day, just have fun, because at the end of the day, it's just a video game. And thank you for supporting Rise of Kingdoms, right? Now, great mobilization really from 64. They've actually done some stuff as well. I know they also changed some names in here. They're actually burning in this area as well. They're burning this 412D. They've managed to secure this area. They actually changed names. They changed like the 412E, JST, which is very interesting what they've been doing. The tactics that they have, it's very, very creative, is all I can say. Really good fighters in that 74-64 area. Definitely very challenging. But really, the true outcome later will come in here in the Kingsland, and we will see who's really going to be the dominating factor here in the Kingsland, who's going to be able to hold Kingsland. Now, let me know how you think this KVK is going to progress. What do you think is next for us? What do you think is going to happen with the power of every top players here? Maybe you guys can make a bet. Now, the question now is, how much power will Baba lose in this KVK? And will he come back with a vengeance and get back into 1 billion power and claim the throne of being the #1 player in Rise of Kingdoms? Rockers, if you like this video, if you support us in here, consider subscribing and turn your notification on for more newscast videos here in 14-12 KVK. I'll see you again next time.